Welcome back to yet another show, live show of Jolly with Jay, edition number 5. So today we have a song and a movie. So what song and what movie I'll reveal a little later. Before that, because we call it, this is a musical stand-up comedy. So as we say it's a comedy, I thought we should start it with a few jokes. Last Jolly with Jay 4, I was saying some Mullah Nazruddin jokes. These were mainly Osho was saying this Mullah Nazruddin jokes. Today I'll continue with Mullah Nazruddin, some more jokes. A patrolman was about to write a speeding ticket when a woman in the back seat began shouting at Mullah Nasruddin. "There, I told you to watch out, but you kept right on, getting out of line, not blowing your horn, passing stop streets, speeding, and everything else. Didn't I tell you you'd get caught? Didn't I?" So the woman in the back seat was literally yelling at this guy in the driver's seat for driving in a rash way. And the patrolman was shocked the way the lady was shouting, and then asked this guy driver, "Who is that person? Who is this lady?" Then he said, "That's my wife." Then the policeman thought a little bit and said, "Okay, sir, God has already punished you, so I will not punish you more." So he stopped. He did not give the ticket. The next joke. My grandfather was bragged on. One fellow in the tea house lived to be 99 and never used glasses. "Well," said Mullah Nasruddin, "a lot of people would rather drink from a bottle." Mullah went to a doctor. Then the doctor asked Mullah, "Do you have anxiety?" Mullah said, "I don't know, but I'm worried what you're going to tell me." So the barber asked Mullah Nasruddin, "How did you lose all your hair?" Mullah said, "I worry." So then he asked, "What did you worry about?" He said, "I'm worrying about losing my hair." Mullah Nasruddin and his wife were sitting on a bench in the park one evening, just in the dusk, evening. They were just sitting in the park. But beside them, there's another couple. Now, Mullah Nasruddin is a married couple, but there's another unmarried couple sitting by the other side. And they are also talking something on the beach. And they were overhearing what the other couple is talking, and that guy is almost going to propose to this girl. They knew that, oh God, this guy is going to propose. So this wife said, "He does not know we are sitting here. It sounds like he is going to propose to her. I think you should cough or something and warn him." Then Mullah Nasruddin asked, "Why should I warn him? Nobody warned me." So that's how marriages are. Nobody wants us. Mullah was searching for his lost key under a street light. The street light was searching for his key. And then somebody came and asked, "What are you searching?" Then he said, "I'm searching for my key." And then they asked, "Where did you lose it?" He said, "I lost it inside the house." Then they asked, "Why are you searching it here?" Mullah said, "Because there is no light there. There is light only here." So like that, most of us are searching things in a wrong place, right? So someone asked Mullah, "Is marriage good or bad?" Mullah said, "If you marry a good woman, you would be happy. But if you marry a bad woman, you would become a philosopher. So most of us have become philosophers, psychiatrists, psychologists. Then you guess what's happening, you know. Mullah once went to a wise man, and asked, Master, everyone keeps giving me advice. What should I do? The wise man said, just ignore them. Mullah nodded, good, I will first ignore this advice. And then he went on. Mullah Nasruddin stood quietly at the bedside of his dying father. Please, my boy, whispered the old man, always remember that wealth does not bring happiness. Yes, father, said Nasruddin, I realize that. But at least it will allow me to choose the kind of misery I find most agreeable. So that's what wealth does. You can choose your miseries. So we'll go to the song. So if you're following my Facebook post, I think you know what song I'm going to sing. Any guesses? Guys, you can just type in. Yes. Idhuvum kadandhu pogum, idhuvum kadandhu pogum. Sudari இருளிலேங்காதே வெளிதான் கதவை மூடாதே அட 6 காலங்களும் மாறி மாறி வரும் இயற்கையின் விதி இதுவே அழியாத காயங்களை ஆற்றும் மாயங்களை அனுபவம் கொடுத்திடுமே மழை காற்றோடு போகும் வரை போனால் என்ன அது ஏதோ ஓர் பூவின் துணையானால் என்ன சுடரி சுடரி. So like that the song goes on. So what is this song? It comes in a movie. So what movie is that? This movie is called Netrikann. Netrikann. There is a very old movie called Netrikann by Rajinikanth. So this is not that movie. This is a recent Netrikann by Nayandara. Nayandara is the heroine. Vignesh Sivan is obviously the producer, and there is another director, Milind or somebody. He's a director, and they copy a remake of from a Korean movie. So basically, what happens here? Why they sing this song is Nayandara is a CBI officer, right? She's a detective officer, and she's very good at her work. She does a lot of good detective work and all that, but she has a younger brother who wants to be a DJ. So this younger brother goes to a dance club and music club, and just for his profession is mingling with those guys, and those guys are, you know how it's in disco, and there's a disco scene and all that. They are using drugs and alcohol, and but this guy is clean actually. Nayandara's brother is not doing anything. He's not doing drugs or alcohol, but he's just mingling with them. So Nayandara doesn't like that. So basically she comes there, scolds him, why are you mingling with these guys, and brings him out. And then Nayandara takes this guy in the police jeep. But he doesn't cooperate for that. So what she does, she actually handcuffs to this jeep, and then takes him. And the key of the handcuff she's having in her pocket. So this guy is negotiating with her, just leave me, release this handcuff and all that, but she's not releasing, and she goes on driving. At one point what happens, on the top of a bridge, he suddenly tries to grab the key from the pocket of Nayandara, and the vehicle topples. And this guy falls from the bridge, and he dies. And Nayandara, in the accident, loses her eyesight because all the glass pieces are gone into her eyes and all that. She loses her eyesight. Now this CBI officer has to live her life without eyesight. And she has even lost a very brother whom she's so affectionate about this brother, but she has lost him. So how does she face this crisis, this grief? How can she move on? So the lyricist says there's only one way to cross such moments in life. Just think idhuvum kadandhu pogum. Okay, this too will pass. So apparently when I Google or look about what is this too shall pass, there was apparently one king. This king was, and this is a story shared by Shiva Kumar and so many other guys also. This king asked for a very good advice from Swamiji, and the Swamiji said he wants just a small punchline, not a big thing and all that. So he gives a small punchline and he hides it in this is a ring. He hides it in the ring. He says, when you are in need of, really in grave need, you can just open and read it. And then this king was lost in the war. He lost everything. He's chased by horses and all that. And this guy at that time is almost on the brink of suicide. The horses are 2 or 3 horses and soldiers are coming behind him. So at that time, he just opens this and sees what is written, and it says, idhuvum kadandhu pogum, this too shall pass. And then he looks behind those two, those 2 soldiers just faint. The horse faints, the soldiers faint, and they just fall from the cliff, and the problem is solved. Now he's free. So he goes and then finds a tribal people on the way, and then he mingles with the tribal people and he trains them in warfare, and he comes back and gets this kingdom back. And it's so many celebration and gala, and that time another soldier reminds him, sir, there's something written in the ring. Then he looks in the ring and says, this too shall pass. So he knows not only the bad times, even the good times are going to pass, and then he gives up his kingdom and all that, and he goes like Swamiji in search of true knowledge and wisdom. So like that the story goes. So that's how that's the one story behind this too shall pass. Like this there are so many stories. Ajahn Brahm, I don't know if you know of Ajahn Brahm. Ajahn Brahm is a famous Buddhist Buddhist monk who gives lots of interesting talks with jokes and all that. And he, in one of the talks, says there was a monk who just went in the night in the forest, and he was urinating in the forest in Thailand, right? Then when he was urinating, he actually urinated on top of a snake, and the snake hissed, and he got really scared, and he was just froze like that. And then slowly he remembered what his guru told. His guru said, this too shall pass. So he was a bit courageous. Then the snake actually passed away. So very humorously, Ajahn Brahm says this anecdote to say, this too shall pass. So anything in life will pass. So that's what this song also. Just now come. So let's. So in this crisis, Nayanthara now wants to live back her life. So to emphasize her situation, her life, what's the tragedy of this person, how she's going to cope up. That's the song written by one Karthik Mehta. Then I googled who is this Karthik Mehta. He's written a lot of songs in Tamil, but only now I'm noticing this lyricist. And even the music director is something new I have not heard of. His name is Girish. That's the name of the music director. So Sudari Irulil Engade. So this lady Nayanthara is heroine is in darkness. But don't worry about this darkness. That's what the lyricist says. Velidan Kadavi Mudade. The space is there for everyone. The space in the sense, the space, the universe, the space which is in the outer world as well as the inner space. The space is there for everyone and it's never closed. The space is there for everyone. So don't worry. And he says, Ada Aru Kalangalum Mari Mari Varum Yerkayin Vidhi Iduve. There are 6 seasons. Then I googled what are the 6 seasons also. You only know like winter, summer, spring, autumn, There are two more seasons in Tamil. In Indian thing, there is something called pre-winter. Then there is something called rainy season. There are two more seasons. So there are 6 seasons altogether. So these seasons keep coming and going. Today it's a winter, Margadi, and next another month it will be summer. It will be very hot for us in India. Like that, like in every country, it keeps changing, right? Okay, each country has a different seasonal variation. Like that, our life also has some seasons. Certain things come, some. Even in the Bible, there is a beautiful season. The seasons come and go, but life goes on. So, like the seasons come and go, a lot of things come and go, happen in our life, but you have to just stay strong. அழியாத காயங்களை ஆற்றும் மாயங்களை அனுபவம் கொடுத்திடுமே. There are a lot of wounds which will not heal so easily. But how to heal them? Even the unhealing wounds you have to heal. There is a magic for that. And that is called experience. When you cherish your experiences, when you look back at your experiences, take everything as an experience. எல்லாமே ஒரு அனுபவம் தான் இல்லையா? லைஃப்பில் எல்லாமே அனுபவமாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன். கண்ணதாசன் சே அனுபவமே கடவுளே நீ யார் என்றால் அனுபவமே நான் தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறார் கடவுள் அந்த ஒரு கண்ணதாசன் பாட்டில். ஸோ லைக் தட் அனுபவம், the experiences that we have, that is God. ஸோ அனுபவம் only that experience will give you the magical ointment to heal all your wounds, right? மழை காற்றோடு போகும் வரை போனால் என்ன, அது ஏதோ ஓர் பூவின் துணையானால் என்ன. You know, the rain travels along with the wind and it reaches some flower, you know, and it might help in pollination, it might help the flower in nourishing or whatever. It has a friendship. The raindrop has a friendship with the flower. And why are you bothered about all that? You know, why do you bother? No? Which thing will go where we don't know, and what is linked to what we don't know. How all things are connected in this universe we don't know. So don't worry about all that. Don't think too much, basically. So what? Okay. சுடரி சுடரி உடைந்து போகாதே. So sudari, this word sudari is a beautiful Tamil word. It means this lady who is light. This lady itself is a light. ஒளியானவள். So Nayanthara has lost her eyes, but she has an inner light in that movie. That inner light is what is going to guide her. So this inner light is there. So that's why he calls her Sudari. So it's a beautiful word, right? He has coined, or it's there already. We don't know. It's not a very commonly used word. But Sudari means light. The girl who is light. That is Nayanthara in that movie. She has beautifully acted. She has done very good justice to the particular role, and I encourage you to go and watch. Although the story is very, I'll later on come to it. It's kind of a routine crime thriller and all that, detective and all that. It's not too much worth talking about, but anyway, I'll give a gist of what's the story later on. உடனே வலிகள் மறைந்து போகாதே. So every pain takes some time to heal. See, there is a wound, it takes some time to heal. There's a fracture, it will take some time to heal. There's something like a physical wound, but psychological wounds, it might take longer time to heal, but they all heal. All your wounds will heal, but we don't know how much time it will take. It won't happen immediately. So that's what he says. Udane valigal marindu pogade. It all takes time. Okay. Sila naal varaikkum adai seendade, அதுவாய் மறக்கும் பின் தோன்றாதே, இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். So it will stay for a while. After that, it will heal by itself. That's what he says. So all wounds stay for a time, and don't keep looking at it, don't keep touching it, or don't keep அது தொட்டு நோண்டிட்டுலாம் சீண்டிட்டு இருக்காதிங்க, அதை விட்டுருங்க, தானாக சரியாக போயிடும். ஸோ மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த திங்ஸ் இன் லைஃப் பிகம் normal by itself. Fever will cure by itself. If you treat common cold, will take it will if you don't treat it, it will take 7 days. If you treat it, it will be healed in a week. That's the difference, that's all. So many times our treatments, with or without a treatment, patient, or in spite of our treatment, patients will survive, right? So our role is quite limited as a doctor. We do have a very important role, but we cannot exaggerate that there is somebody called God and all that, and many times we are powerless before that power. idhuvum kadandhu pogum, idhuvum kadandhu pogum, idhuvum kadandhu pogum, idhuvum kadandhu pogum. So finally, edhuvum kadandhu pogum. Not only this, anything. That's all, like the Raja realized, not only bad things, even good things will pass. So what's the point? So everything will, we are all temporary. Everything is temporary. That's what it means. அதுவே படைக்கும் அதுவே உடைக்கும் மனம்தான் ஒரு குழந்தையே, அதுவாய் மலரும் அதுவாய் உதிரும் அதுபோல் இந்த கவலையே. So அதுவே படைக்கும் அதுவே உடைக்கும் மனம்தான் ஒரு குழந்தையே. The mind can create things, lot of things. The mind can destroy lot of things. We create lot of dreams, then we destroy our own dreams. Like a child playing with sand. We go and see the child playing on the beach, it will create a sand castle, right? And then it will break the sand castle. So the child can both create and destroy. Like that our mind also keeps creating and destroying, and it's like a child. So don't worry about it. Like that, aduvai malarum aduvai udirum adupol in the kavalaye. So the flower comes by itself, it also drops or falls by itself. Like that our worries come suddenly. We worry about a lot of things, then that worries also drop also. After some time you stop worrying, you don't think too much, you don't worry. So don't worry about the worry, you will only magnify it. We call it in psychiatric terms, in cognitive therapy, as maximization. There's something called maximization. It's a small thing, but you multiply it into 100. You keep saying that repeatedly, or you think about it repeatedly, and you multiply it. If you stop worrying about the worry will go away, right? I may sound like Swami Nityananda, but so don't worry about worry, right? Don't be afraid of fear. Don't be sad about sadness. That's a point of mindfulness. Be aware of what's okay. I'm sad. Okay, I'm angry. Okay, I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm worried. Yes. Once you understand this, there's no need to. So that's the concept of mindfulness. நாள்தோறும் ஏதோ மாறுதல் வானும் மண்ணும் வாழும் மாறுதல் பேசாமல் வாழ்வை வாழ்ந்திருப்போம். So every day there is a small change in life. We don't know what changes are happening in life. If you look at, very subtle changes are happening daily. If you look daily, there are a lot of changes. Vaanum mannum vaazhum maarudal. See, there is sky is there, the earth is there, all the elements are there, the nature is there. This is the big consolation for all of us. The nature is a consolation. Nature gives you everything. This earth gives everything. They say, பாறைக்குள்ள இருக்க தேரைக்கே அந்த ஆண்டவ வச்சிருக்க நமக்கெல்லாம். Countability says in a movie. They keep playing cards, gambling and all that. And he calls in the guy who is rowing on the road, let's come play cards. வாடா சீட் ஆடலாம். அப்போ வந்து நான் போய் வேலைக்கு போறோம்டான்னா, பாறைக்குள்ள இருக்க தேரைக்கே அந்த ஆண்டவன் வச்சிருக்கான், நமக்கெல்லாம் வச்சிருக்க மாட்டானாடா, வாடா நம்ம சீட் ஆடலாம். So people use it for justification, but for everybody God has given. The moral of the story is, even for that frog which is living inside a rock, there is some water and enough thing to survive. I don't know how many of you read in the newspaper or in the Instagram thing about a small boy. He swam. They got caught in Australia, in Sydney, in the beach, and this guy swam. A small boy, I think 12 years or so. He swam for 4 kilometers, reached the seashore, and got back help and saved his family, saved his mother and sister. Very great thing, like which can happen only in a movie. It happened in real life in Sydney, maybe yesterday. I don't know, but it's there in the newspaper and in the Instagram or whatever. Wherever you see it, that news is there. So a lot of things are possible in life. We don't know. You just have to be patient. பேசாமல் வாழ்ந்திருப்போம். நிறைய தான் பேசுறதுனால தான் பிரச்சனையே. நம்ம பேசாமல் கவனம் இருந்தாலே பிரச்சனை பாதி சால்வ் ஆகிடும். ஸோ பேசாமல் வாழ்ந்திருப்போம். Live silently, quietly. The power of silence we don't understand many times. You just to be silent and live your life, you will achieve a lot of things. மழை காற்றோடு போகும் வரை போனால் என்ன, அது ஏதோ ஓர் பூவின் துணையானால் என்ன, சுடரி சுடரி உடைந்து போகாதே, உடனே வலிகள் மறைந்து போகாதே, சில நாள் வரைக்கும் அதை சீண்டாதே, அதுவாய் மறக்கும் பின் தோன்றாதே, இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். அதுவாய் விழுந்தே அதுவாய் எழுந்தே குழந்தை நடை பழகுதே, மனதால் உணர்ந்தே உடலை விரிந்தே பறவை திசை அமைக்குதே. ஸோ அதுவாய் விழுந்தே அதுவாய் எழுந்தே குழந்தை நடை பழகுது. How the child learns to walk? It just falls down, then it gets up, and then it doesn't give up. The child never give ups, right? The child keeps trying till it learns how to walk. Similarly, we also have to never give up in life. Never, no, அஜித் தலைவர் சொல்றாரு இல்லையா, never ever give up அப்படின்னு. அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம யாருமே you cannot give up. You keep trying, you know. So like that child, if you have that விடாமுயற்சி, we say perseverance. If you have the perseverance, you can all achieve a lot of things. மனதால் உணர்ந்தே உடலால் விரிந்தே பறவை திசை அமைக்குதே. So how does the bird find its direction? You know, a lot of migratory birds, they travel thousands of kilometers. And how do they find the direction? They have some inner sense in their mind. They know the direction. God has given them that direction. So that is very important. So that is there inside, in our nature itself. Our everything is given for us. Like the bird has been programmed to travel for the migration, you have been programmed already. What you want to achieve, everything there is there inside you. Only you have to just take it out. You have to realize it. You have to process it and all that. But it's there. The potential is there inside you very much. So that's what we have to understand. வாசம்தான் பூவின் பார்வைகள் காற்றில் ஏறி காணும் காட்சிகள் காணாமல் வெளியாக பார்த்திடுமே. I had difficulty in understanding these lyrics. Then I chat GPT did and then understood. வாசம்தான் பூவின் பார்வைகள். The flower has fragrance, and that fragrance is its eyesight. How does a flower see people? The flower cannot see anyone, but through the fragrance it can communicate a lot of things to the surrounding areas, right? And like that it communicates its fragrance. That fragrance is traveling, and then they see, it reaches a lot of places. That's how it sees. The flower, like we see with our eye vision of our eye, the flower has other senses, other modalities. it can, like we see the flower can just use its fragrance to understand and communicate and all that. காணாமல் வெளியாக பார்த்திடுமே, and then it can communicate with the outer space or outer nature. Like that, this our Nayanthara, our heroine also, although she lost her eyesight now, she can still communicate by some other modalities. She can use her other faculties, compensate for that and communicate with the world. If you look at the movie, she uses a dog. There's a dog, the blind dog, and all that. The blind dog will take this guy, this girl, and the dog is a big character. Actually, the story is about there is a serial killer. He's not a killer; he's a serial sexual predator. He kidnaps girls, keeps them in captivity, and then sexually molests them, sexually rapes them, and all that. He beats them and does it because he has a perversion. Basically, he says he's a sexual pervert, and when he beats people, we call it sadism in psychiatry, psychology, and all that. We call this sexual perversion as sadism only if you inflict pain. But this is an extreme. He beats them very violently, and only then he has sex with them and all that, kind of a pervert. And he has kidnapped almost 12 girls in that area, and 12 girls are missing in that particular area. And that's what our heroine Nayanthara as a CBI officer, she gets the help of the whole police department, is not bothering at all about this whole thing. And this particular Nayanthara CBI officer, who's also, although blind, she's not being given a proper job now. But out of her routine, out of her own interest, she joined hands with another guy called Manikandan. Manikandan is bit dumb policeman who's desperate for a promotion. So I don't know about Epstein files. I only read in the newspaper. Apparently some rich guy who has died now is no more, but he was a pedophile, and I think a lot of political issues are going on. A lot of political people were connected to it. So I cannot comment on that, but like that, sexual perverts are there, right? Sexual perverts are there everywhere, and we have to be very careful with these guys. We should not with pedophiles and all that. And Nayanthara somehow tracks and traces with the help of this Manikandan. Both of them track this guy without the help of the normal. The police is almost blind. They're not allowing Nayanthara, neither Nayanthara nor Manikandan. Manikandan is the guy who does mimicry and all that. He comes in that with J-beam and all that. Like, he's here a dumb police officer. He wants a desperately promotion. Both of them have joined hands. He wants people to respect him. So both of them join hands and do this investigation, track this guy. They find he's a policeman. He should be a doctor because he uses injections and all that to sedate. And he actually tries to kidnap Nayanthara also. So Nayanthara now has a personal experience with this guy. So, and he's coming in search of Nayanthara. She wants to sexually predate on her. And she actually sets herself as a trap bait to catch him. But once she does that, the police force is not coming to help, and there's a lot of fight, and then finally she single-handedly kills him. That's how the story ends. She single-handedly overpowers this. There's a lot of fight goes on. This guy beats her, she beats him and all that, and finally she kills him. She kills this sexual monster. This guy is the same guy, villain who has acted in Co. If you watch this movie, Co. also this guy has acted. And that's how it has a good ending that she's at least able to kill, and then, but Manikandan loses his life in this process, and he becomes a well respected. So the respect that he wanted is now given after death. So that's what happens. Like, many of us are not respected when we are alive. After we die, then the people say a lot of good things about us. And what's the point? What's the point after I die? People say good about me. Why I'm living if you can talk some 4 things good about me? It will motivate me, boost me. It's me in the sense, not me. I'm saying everyone. Like that, when people are doing some good things, always appreciate, always pat them, always encourage them. While they're still alive. While they're still alive, show your affection to your parents. Show your affection to your children. Show your affection to your wife. everyone, to your lover or whatever. Show that affection and appreciate them. So what happens is that we don't do that. We don't express our love at all, especially in Indian, Asian cultures or Eastern cultures. The expression is so less. சிறு ஊற்றாக நேசம் எங்க உருவாகுமே, பெரும் காற்றாக மாறி சென்று உறவாடுமே. So the சிறு ஊற்றாக நேசம் எங்கு உருவாகுமே, the love starts like a small spring, but then it goes passes and passes. Am I audible? No? Is it okay? So it starts like a small spring, the love, then it goes on increasing. பெரும் காற்றாக மாறி சென்று உருவாடுமே. The love starts as a small spring, then it becomes a very big whatever, flood or whatever. வெளிச்சம் தீராதே அதை நீ உணர்ந்தால் பயணம் தீராதே அழகே சுடரி அடையேங்காதே மலரின் நினைவில் மனம் வாடாதே இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். So வெளிச்சம் தீராதே, light is there for infinite. If you just realize that, we can keep continuing our journey. So don't worry, don't keep thinking about the past things and all that. So with that, I'll wind up today's session. I hope it was all useful. So Nayandara survived and killed the sexual monster, so don't worry. அது கடந்து போயிடுச்சு, அவங்க அதை கடந்து போயிட்டாங்க. So thanks for watching. If there's any interactions, any questions, of course somebody asked about Epstein files. It's a very sensitive thing. I don't think I should be talking much about it. Anything very neutral I can ask, I can talk. Which don't drag me into problems. சொல்லுங்க பிரதீக், நிஷாந்த், நம்ம மாணவர்கள், மக்கள், சிஆர்ஆர்ஐஸ், ஹவுஸ் சர்ஜன்ஸ் என்ன பேசணும் சொல்லுங்க, நான் பேசுகிறேன். எதை பற்றி பேசணும், எதனா டவுட் இருந்தால் கேளுங்க, இன்ட்ராக்ஷன்ஸ் வச்சுக்கலாம், டைப் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க, இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் பற்றி என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க, எப்படி கொண்டு போகலாம். டிவிகே பற்றியா? டிவிகே விஜய் வந்து நல்ல நடிகர். ஸோ we should although I'm not everybody is good. DMK is good. They have done a lot of good things for our country, Tamil Nadu. So ADMK also has done a lot of good things. TVK Vijay is a very nice actor, and hopefully for the first we have to give him some chance. So definitely people who, especially youngsters, will vote for him. So whichever leader you like, whichever you appreciate, you please vote, encourage. Yes, Vijay definitely deserves a chance. Let's see how it goes. We cannot predict. I am okay. Whichever government comes, whichever politics, whichever party. I am not into any particular party. Whether it's DMK, ADMK or TVK or BJP, we don't know. Whoever comes, I am happy. Let them give us a good, so it's Makkal Achi, right? All of you guys are going to decide. I am not going to. Yes. நீங்கள் இளைஞர்கள் எல்லாம் டிவிக்கே போட்டு போடுங்க, கண்டிப்பாக போடுங்க. லெட்ஸ் சி, லைக் whoever wants. இன்னும் நிறைய பேர் டிஎம்கேக்கு போடுவீங்க, நிறைய பேர் ஏடிஎம்கேக்கு போடுவீங்க. அண்ட் we'll wait for the result. ரிசல்ட் தான் தெரியும், தானாக மாறும். ஸோ அதை பற்றி நமக்கு ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ அதாவது மாற்றம் எல்லாமே கடந்து போயிட்டுருக்கோம். மாற்றங்கள் வரும். எல்லாம் சைக்கிளில் தான் நிறைய மாற்றங்கள் வரலாம். மாற்றங்கள் வராமல் இருந்தால் அதுவுமே ஓகே தான். இஃப் சேம் பார்ட்டி கண்டினியூஸ் ஆல்சோ, தட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ ஃபைன். தட்ஸ் நத்திங். whoever rules, like our life is going to continue. நம்ம அந்த ஒரு நாள் ஓட்டு போட போகிறோம், அவ்வளோதான். ஒரு ஓட்டு போட போகிறோம், அதை போட்டுடுங்க, உங்கள் கடமையை செஞ்சுருங்க. மற்றபடி ஹோல் நேஷன் ஃபுல்லாக என்னென்னு டிசைட் பண்ணணும் நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது. மக்கள் டிசைட் பண்ணுவாங்க, அதை நம்ம ஏற்றுக்கணும். மக்கள் தீர்ப்பு மகேசன் தீர்ப்பு, வாட் எவர் தீர்ப்பு மக்கள் கொடுத்தாலும் நம்ம அதை ஏற்றுட்டு நம்ம லைஃப் தொடரும். And I hope whoever is in the governance give good importance to health, give importance to mental health, give importance to people, development, production, and there is less or no corruption. Ideally there should not be any corruption. அதுதான் நம்மளுடைய ஆசை. அதுதான் அப்போ தான் இந்தியாவோட வளர்ந்த நாடாக மாறும். எந்த கட்சியாக இருந்தாலும் இதை பண்ணிங்கன்னா போதும் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதை நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ சொல்லுங்கள் தர்ஷன், பிரதீக், நம்ம மக்கள்லாம் இருக்கீங்க. ஐ திங்க் நம்ம சிஆர்ஆர்எஸ் நினைக்கிறேன், இல்லை டியூட்டியில் இருக்கீங்களான்னு தெரில. ஸோ தீய சக்தி, தூய சக்தி, அதெல்லாம் எல்லாமே சொல்லுவாங்க. திஸ் ஆர் ஆல் என்ன, ரொம்ப டோன்ட் கெட் கேரிட் அவே. பட் எனி பர்டிகுலர் பர்சன், நீங்கள் உங்கள் சொந்த மூளையை யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. யார் தீய சக்தி, யார் தூசி, இதெல்லாம் நான் சொல்ல முடியாது, நீங்கள் சொல்ல முடியாது. நீங்கள் உங்கள் மூளையை யூஸ், உங்கள் மனசாட்சியை கேளுங்க, உங்களுடைய உள்ளுணர்வை கேளுங்க, உங்கள் இன்ஸ்டிக்ட் இங்கே என்ன சொல்லுது, ஜெஸ்ஸின்னு சொல்லுது, அந்த மாதிரி இங்கே என்ன சொல்லுதுன்னு கேளுங்க. நியூஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணுங்கள், ஃபேக்ட்ஸ் கலெக்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்டா ரீல்ஸ் அந்த இதெல்லாம் பார்க்காம ட்ரை டு அந்த உண்மையை ஆழ தோண்டி கரெக்டான சரியான உண்மைகளை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு கடைசியில் உங்கள் உணர்வு தான். என்னதான் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இருந்தாலும் இட்ஸ் ஃபைனலி ஒரு ஹார்ட், பிரெயின் நம்ம என்ன சொல்லலாம், நம்ம ஹார்ட் தான் நம்மளுக்கு டிசைட் பண்ணும். இந்த கட்சி கொட்டு மாற்றவே மாட்டாங்க. சில பேர்லாம் டிஎம்கே ஹானஸ்ட்டாக லாயலிஸ்ட் இருப்பாங்க, டிஎம்கே மட்டும் தான் போடுவாங்க, வேற கட்சிக்கு ஓட்டு போட மாட்டாங்க. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பேர் ஏடிபி தான் ஓட்டு போடுவாங்க. அது மாதிரி ஹார்ட்கோர் விஜய் ஃபேன்ஸ் இருப்பாங்க, அவங்க எல்லாம் விஜய்க்கு தான் போடுவாங்க. இப்போ இதெல்லாம் மாற்ற முடியாது. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பேர் நியூட்ரலாக இருப்பாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ஆட்கள்லாம் லாஸ்ட் மினிட் வரையும் வி டோன்ட் நோ வாட் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு டூ. ஸோ இது இப்படி போடலாமா, அப்படி போடலாமா, இப்படி போடுமா, குழப்பி கடைசியில் லாஸ்ட் செகண்டு ஏதோ ஒன்று டிசைட் பண்ணி போட்டு விட்டு வந்துடும், அவ்வளோ. ஸோ இட்ஸ் நாட் அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம என்னோட டைப். ஸோ ஐ கே நாட் மூவி டைலாக், என்ன மூவி டைலாக் சொல்லலாம், நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா 100 தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி. கண்ணா இந்த வயசு வாலிப வயசு, இந்த வாலிப வயசுல பெரியவங்க சொல்றதெல்லாம் தப்பா தோணும், சின்னவங்க சொல்றது நம்ம செய்யறதுதான் சரின்னு சொல்ல தோணும். அதனால நம்ம பெரியவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, புத்திசாலிங்க ஒரு முக்கியமான முடிவை இந்த வயசுல எடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. அவங்க அந்த முடிவை தள்ளி போடுவாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ தமிழ் வாழ்க, தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்க, தமிழுக்கு வணக்கம் அப்படின்னு இன்னைக்கு பார்லிமெண்ட்டில் கூட நம்ம கமல்ஹாசன் அவர்கள் தமிழை ரொம்ப உயர்த்தி, தமிழ்லேயே நிறைய விஷயங்கள் என்ன பேசினார்னு அவருக்கு புரிஞ்சுதான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல, ஆனால் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சாலும் தெரியல. ஆனால் பிச்சை எடுக்கக்கூடாது உதவாதுன்னு சொன்னது தவறு அப்படின்னு அவர் கண்டிச்சிருக்கார். தமிழ் கண்டிப்பாக, தமிழ் மொழிக்கு ஒரு முக்கியத்துவம் இருக்குது. தமிழ் மொழி பெரிய ஒரு நல்ல மொழி. அது யார் அப்படி பிச்சை எடுக்குவதுன்னு சொன்னதுன்னு தெரியல, அது தவறு தான். அது யார் சொல்லியிருந்தாலும் அது தவறு தான். அதை அவர் கண்டிச்சிருக்காரு. அதை நான் வன்மையாக அதை நான் பாராட்டுறேன். அவருடைய தைரியத்தை அந்த பார்லிமெண்ட்டில் போயிட்டு தமிழை பேசி, தமிழை உயர்த்தி, ஒரு தமிழனாக நான் கமல்ஹாசன் அவர்களுக்கு என்னுடைய மனம் கலர்ந்த என்னுடைய நன்றிகளை, அவருடைய விசுவாசத்தை, உலக நாயகன் கமல்ஹாசன் அப்படிங்கிறத கண்டிப்பாக நான் பாராட்டுறேன் அவரை. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி பேசிகிட்டே போகலாம். ஷார்ட் ஃபில்மாக பண்ணிவிடுவோம், ஒன்று எடுங்க, ஆக்ட் பண்ணுவோம், கலக்குவோம். வாங்க டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு வாங்க கலக்குவோம். எல்லோரும் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாதீங்க. ரொட்டீன் லைஃப், ரொட்டீன் டியூட்டிஸை டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாமல் சைட்டில் பண்ணுறோம், எல்லாம் வேணால் பண்ணலாம். ரொட்டீன் ஒர்க் எதுவும் டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆகாமல் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே, பண்ணலாமா? ஸோ க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாமாப்பா? பாய்ஸ், கேர்ள்ஸ், நண்பா நண்பி, தோழா தோழி, எல்லாருக்கும் என்னுடைய அன்பான வணக்கம். ஒரு குட்டி கதை சொல்லட்டுமா அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி நிறைய குட்டி கதைலாம் இப்போ சொல்லிட்டேன். நீங்கள் போயிட்டு உங்களுடைய வேலையை பாருங்க. ரொம்ப நன்றி. 10 ரூபாய்லாம் பாடாதீங்க, பாட்டெல்லாம் பாடாமல் ஜாலியாக இருங்க. தொட்ட புட்ட ரொட்டு மேல முட்டை புருட்டா நீ தொட்டுக்கொள்ள சிக்கன் தருட்டா. So thank you. Bye bye guys. Have a good night. Great night. I'll see you next show. Next time. Another song, another movie, and some more jokes. And keep supporting my channels and Instagram and all that. Thank you. Bye bye guys. Bye 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 bye. I'm leaving now.